All right, breaking news coming in as government has decided to commence the monsoon session of the parliament from 21st July. Congress MP Jairam Ramesh calls it a bid to divert attention from the special session. He says the Prime Minister is running away from a special session, but he cannot run away from the monsoon session, is what the Congress MP has now suggested. Pragya, my colleague, is on the phone line with us. Pragya, Jairam Ramesh now mounting the attack on the Prime Minister, saying he doesn't want a special session, but he cannot run away from the monsoon session. Obviously also reflecting how the opposition will be upping the ante against the government over Operation Sindoor.
Well, Congress has been demanding a special session, and not just Congress, but all the India Ally parties were demanding special session, to which government said no, categorical no, because there is no need for the special session. Army was to debrief everyone in the country on what actually happened between India and Pakistan, and they did that. But government is also of the view that there will be monsoon session in a couple of days, and if you have any query, there is a parliament session. There are many rules under which you can always ask for discussion and debate, and also a reply from the minister. So, given the fact that there will be a parliament and you will be asking questions, on the floor of the House, there will be ample time for you and ample rules on which you can ask questions, and government will be ready to reply on each one of them. And this is the reason why the government said that we will be answering every question that the opposition parties have in monsoon session. So government view is very clear, because they believe that if you have substantial questions, if you want to know what actually happened, this will be said on the floor of the House, and which will be recorded for future generations as well. Come armed with the rules, and take your questions to the government and ask questions, whatever. And if you need a discussion and a debate, government will be more than ready to participate in that and also reply to all your queries. This is government's view on this, and government also believes that this is not a fit time for a special session on Operation Sindoor. They wanted to brief all the opposition parties on Operation Sindoor, which they did with all-party meeting, not just once but twice. They had been, all the leaders of the political parties have been briefed on what actually transpired, and which was followed by DGMOs, press conferences, and also the army chiefs and CDS also. So this has been taken into consideration, and given the fact that the government is ready, in fact, to reply on all the questions that opposition asking, the government also believes that there will be no politicization on this particular issue. And this is exactly what opposition is objecting to, calling Prime Minister names, which the government also believes is, it's very detrimental to the democracy. And not just that, you are also demeaning your own Prime Minister at a time when every country's, the government, in fact, is praising Prime Minister and also the policies of the country. You should be seen standing with the nation and not with the party ideology. There should not be any domestic political compulsion when it comes to the national interest.
Right, Pragya, thanks very much for joining us at the moment, getting us those details. With that, let's also get you the breaking news, the latest attack coming in from JP Nadda. He's saying in a tweet that Rahul Gandhi, referring to the unmatched valor and courage of the Indian Army as surrender, is not only unfortunate, but also a grave insult to the Indian Army, the nation, and the 140 crore Indians. That is the latest attack coming in from the Bharatiya Janata Party on Rahul Gandhi's surrender jibe at the Prime Minister, at the BJP. My colleague Meenakshi is joining us for more on this. Meenakshi, go ahead.
Well, absolutely, Shreya. So just to tell our viewers exactly what JP Nadda has said, as you were telling us, JP Nadda has taken a jibe at the Congress party. The row over Rahul Gandhi's surrender attack on the Prime Minister is escalating. He says, and I quote him verbatim, Rahul Gandhi surrender आप करते होंगे, आपकी पार्टी ने किया होगा, आपके नेताओं ने किया होगा, लेकिन भारत कभी surrender नहीं करता. Surrender आपके पार्टी की डिक्शनरी में है, आपके DNA में है. So he's just taking forward the attack, which obviously, most BJP leaders also have been making on Rahul Gandhi from the morning, saying that, the comments made by Rahul Gandhi end up basically bolstering, the enemy narrative, and saying that when it comes to surrender, this is quote unquote, as other BJP leaders have also been saying, that is in Congress's dictionary, Congress's DNA. And then, he goes on to cite previous instances of quote-unquote surrender, as he claims. JP Nadda, under the Congress, under also, the previous Congress regime, basically, in some information, JP Nadda taking a jibe at the Congress party, hitting out at Rahul Gandhi over a surrender attack on the Prime Minister.
All right, Meenakshi, thanks very much for joining us at the moment, getting us those details. Let me also quickly go across to my colleague Pragya on the phone line. Pragya, the BJP now slamming what Rahul Gandhi has said. In fact, the BJP has been retorting to Rahul Gandhi's statement of surrender as an insult, not just to the Prime Minister and the government, but also to the armed forces as well as Indians at a time when the entire country needs to stand together and not speak the language of Pakistani propaganda.
Absolutely. The kind of, in fact, the language that has been used by Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, who is also who is also leader of opposition in Lok Sabha. The fact that he has spoken about a word that India has surrendered, Prime Minister has surrendered is not okay. And in fact, we have been told that, the government has also taken a serious view of that because India has never surrendered. And in fact, it is the vocabulary of Congress that have been surrendering to the, other nations' interests, be it China or be it Pakistan. The appeasement politics have run very heavy on when it comes to the ideology of the Congress. And this is the reason why, why India has been surrendering its interest, be it, Indus Water Treaty or someone else as well. But the fact that India has never surrendered and India has decided that there is a new normal, we will never surrender, is a fact that there are new policies.
Is a fact that there are new policies in place and there is new political will to fight for our own interest, and there is new dispensation also in place that will look out of the national interest and not of the interest of a particular political party or a leader. Politics has no place when it comes to national interest.
Right, Pragya, thanks very much for joining us at the moment. Of course, viewers, this is the latest response that has come from the Bharatiya Janata Party as far as leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi's statement and jibe on the Prime Minister is concerned. That cartoon that was posted of surrender that was, alleged. But of course, the BJP now hitting back at Rahul Gandhi, saying you're insulting not just the Prime Minister, but the country and the armed forces as well.